Yay! Welcome back, everyone, to the Soap Opera Podcast. I'm so excited because we have a special guest. We have Ben Gavin from Beyond the Gates. Hey!
Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Great to be here.
Oh my God, you were talking about your daughter earlier, and how old is your daughter?
So she's going to be 2 on Friday. So very
Oh,
excited.
oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's a crazy stage right now. She's just like talking like crazy, running around, swimming now. It's like, man, I can't believe it.
Oh my God, it's such a good time. My daughter's 15, so she'll be 16 in February. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm like not ready for that yet. Nowhere close.
You're right. I
Yeah.
remember those days. I don't want to go back. So
For sure.
oh my God. So we put on our social media that we were going to be talking to you soon. And so like the
Okay.
questions were coming in. They were they were flooding in.
Cool.
Excited. Actually though, I want to say I recognize you though from one of
Okay.
my favorite, I was it Lifetime TV movies, Killer Reality. I think that was
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and that stars another soap opera vet. She played Maya on General Hospital, the lead in that movie. So I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah, for sure. She's great. Oh, and I had the little phone call with her,
yeah,
pitching her the job. Right. Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
That was actually directed by one of my favorite people in the world. His name's Jeff Fisher.
Mhm.
And that was the first of, I think, 3 movies that I've done with him. We did a Hallmark movie called My Christmas Love as well, and then we did another Christmas movie called Christmas Camp, and he is just my favorite. He's such a sweetheart and so sensitive and passionate, and sometimes with those movies you don't get someone like him to work with you. So I absolutely loved working on Killer Reality, and that movie turned out so good. Like I loved it so much. So I was just like, anything he does, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is your first soap opera, right? So how has it been?
This is definitely my first soap opera. But it was an adjustment. I'm not gonna lie, because the pace was so fast, and coming into sets that are all pre-made and everything like that, and you're coming in and you're shooting these scenes one, two, and we're out and we're moving on, and then we're doing the next scene right away. So that was like an adjustment. I was kind of like,
Hmm.
oh, deer in the headlights at first, but it kind of started to set in a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get the nature of how we're doing it. I get the pace of what you're going, and now it's like, I feel in the groove, and I love it so much. I mean, it's like yesterday I shot 7 scenes. I think my call time was at 7:30 in the morning, and I was out the door by 11:30 in the morning. And that, and on a film set, is absolutely unheard of. You might get 7 scenes done in the whole day.
Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, the cast is incredible. Just being around those people, some of those vets, and then some of I mean, and just working with everybody, and everybody who they brought on, department heads from Jerisa, with the costumes, and Stevie with the makeup, and my guy Wayne, who does my hair and my beard and lines me up every day. I mean, I love it so much. It's been an absolute dream come true. So I'm really diving in, digging in, getting sinking my teeth in. And now that Derek is starting to progress a little bit more interesting storylines, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But I do love how you guys are all on like TikTok and you guys are interacting with the fans. So it's really great. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, for
So,
sure.
okay. Because that's like the number one question we got from the fans is like, okay, so this whole switcheroo with the love
Uh-huh.
interest.
Uh-huh.
I know you can't, of course, you
Yeah.
cannot spoil it, but like, what can you tell us about what's going on with Derek and Ashley and now the little gossipy nurse Shanice?
Yeah, Shanice, Shanice has been dropping little hints throughout the early part of the season, being kind of like, well, if you don't keep hold of that man, I'm gonna hold, and I definitely was picking up on people being like, well, if Ashley keeps, messing around, Shanice is lurking in the corner, ready to, and she definitely did. She pounced on it quickly. And I think Shanice and Derek have really great chemistry together.
Mhm.
They clearly really like each other. Derek kind of feels a little like freed up from maybe what was kind of a tumultuous relationship with Ashley. But at the end of the day, if you were to give Derek some truth serum and you ask him who does he want to be with, I truly believe it's Ashley.
Yeah.
And that might materialize here going forward. It might not. We'll have to see. You know what I mean? But yeah, in his heart of hearts, he really just wants the happily ever after. He wants that family life. He wants that one woman, and he wants to have a family. He wants to have his job, and he wants to keep all that stuff. And that's something to be said for a character on a soap opera, because typically, they're kind of, you got eyes turning this way. Who's next? Derek is very singularly focused. I don't think he makes always the best decisions, but none of us do. So, having to kind of navigate those decisions, but yeah, I mean, uh, acting off Ernestine has been a real treat, as well with Jen Jacob, who plays Ashley. Like, and now that we have a little bit more tension growing between us, it becomes a little bit more interesting for everybody, including the fans watching.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie too. I mean, Ashley was blatantly flirting. I mean, I would kind of be like, oh, what's
Tell
up?
me about it. Tell me about it. It was funny. I was talking with Sean, who plays Andre, and we're just kind of going back and forth, and we were talking about like is there going to be any like fight sequence here? Because and then someone was like, because at this point, Derek would have thrown down with Andre. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I think so too. But yeah, there's definitely. I mean, there's stuff that Derek knows,
Mhm.
um, and doesn't know. There are conversations that Ashley's having with Andre that it's like that, like you kind of sense it in the back of your mind, like this is happening, but Derek doesn't have anything tangible to hold on to say, hey, what is happening here? Why are you having these conversations? So it's just kind of like this burning little thing in the back of his head that he's trying to understand what it is. Like what is this disconnect that we're having here? Is it in my own head? Is it my own insecurities? Is it something that's really happening, or is it a combination of both? And well, you're absolutely going to find out soon.
It can't be because I drank the orange juice out the container.
It can't just be that, right? You know what I mean? I like
Yeah,
that's no big deal. I'm trying to save the glass.
yeah. That whole sequence was kind of amusing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would get so frustrated. I'm like, okay, y'all delivered a baby. Like, all right, we got okay.
Yeah, right. That's right. You got it. We got it. We
We
got it.
got
He's like,
it.
they keep bringing up that baby in the elevator. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we get it. It's
Right.
not that serious.
So
So
funny.
yeah. So the show's been renewed for season two. We're so happy about that. So what
Yeah,
do you
me too.
want to see for your character going into season two?
Man, I just want to see, I want to see growth. I want to see, I want to see more action when it comes to him being a firefighter. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
there's a
that'd
lot,
be
there's
nice.
there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of talk about him being a firefighter. There's not much, other than like getting, injured with that concussion early on,
Mhm.
and then some. I'd like to see a little bit more of that, a little bit more of what makes him tick in that regard. I want him to be able to kind of spread his wings a little bit in terms of in terms of his romance life. What like be it's like kind of hold solid ground a little bit more, and kind of draw a line like, hey, this is what I want. This is who I am, and this is what I want, and I want in him to set the standard. You know what I mean, and
Mhm.
be able to kind of command what is best for him, and hopefully he can do that. There's some stuff that's coming up that definitely will put a hitch in that, but he definitely starts making his way and being more committed to what he truly wants, and is not gonna kind of kowtow to anyone else, who might not be on the same page as him.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that'd be so cool to see him at his job and to see, like kind of an everyday life. Because we see the nurse
Yeah.
hospital a lot. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see
Right,
them.
nurse hospital, and then there's the police station, but
Yeah,
there's no fire station. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They have brought in some more of the firefighters. I will say that. I don't think that's breaking any rules. So I am interacting with some more of my coworkers who,
Mhm.
truly to him, they're his family. That's before Ashley, that his whole life was at the station working with his firefighters. Like, these guys, they risk their lives together. They really pour it all out on the line, and there's a connection and a bond there. And I think season two, there's a lot of room for that to be discovered.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we could do a whole arson story or something. Who's setting fire?
I've seen that. I've seen that. I saw someone, some fan theory saying that like uh, Derek's gonna burn Ashley's house down and like gonna then come in and try to save her. And I was like, "Whew, that is a stretch."
Well, that would be very soapy.
That would be Sophie, right? You know,
Yeah, I
you
mean, he
never
could.
know. I don't think
Yeah,
anything's off the table. So we'll see.
right.
Yeah.
Explore his bad side a little bit, or maybe throw him in with some of the Duprees. I mean, he's like Dupree adjacent.
Yeah, very adjacent, very
Yeah,
adjacent. It would be nice to interact with some of the Duprees too, for sure, because
yeah.
they got some meaty stuff going on in their life. That ain't that's the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Has anything been filming about or challenging about filming? And if so, what?
Um, for me, it was my background in acting before getting on Beyond the Gates has been mostly films. So, there's a single camera, and we set up your coverage and we shoot it like three or four times, and then we set up my coverage and we shoot it three or four times, and then we do a master and we shoot it three or four times. I had to definitely get used to. We have four cameras going on all at once,
Mm,
so everything's happening all at once. So we get in there and we shoot that, and it's a lot of times one take. That was definitely the most challenging thing for me because I had to kind of adjust, being like, oh, okay, I'm not going to get four, five, six times to do this scene. I'm going to get one, maybe two times to do this scene, and then we're moving on. So that was that was an adjustment because, when I'm doing a film, I'm kind of navigating when I'm what I call dropping in, like when I drop in and I go all out for that one take or and I'm not going to do it when the camera's not on me. I'm going to do it when the camera's on me, and that was something I had to learn early on in my film career. So being like, okay, we got to be ready to drop in take one. Here's your close up, go. That was definitely a challenge, but that was early on, and I think I adjusted to that after the first few weeks of the show. Some of the amount of dialogue that we get, like that's never been an issue for me. That's always been kind of one of my superpowers is my memorization,
mhm.
but boy, we got a lot, and it comes in we're doing it all the time. So I'm like just the other day I had a really heavy day of some high emotional stuff that was like pages and pages, and like I had monologues, and then I got out of the I got off the set late, and then was like, okay, I got to get in tomorrow at early at 7:45, and I'm looking at my pages for tomorrow, and I'm like, oh boy, like there's another long day, like, and I had to just like stay up late and get. So that is definitely, I think any actor can agree with that, like the amount of dialogue that we have, and as fast as we do it. That's a challenge, but really, it's a dream job, honestly,
Yeah.
because I get in there. You're not, for the most part, you're not spending all day on set, which is what on films or probably primetime television shows you might be doing if you have that many scenes. They come in, they knock them out, and then you're off, doing something else for the rest of your day or getting ready for your next day. It's a dream scenario. And it's the best part of the whole process for me is when I get the email of a new script, and I'm like, okay, where are we going now? Where's my life taking me now? Because it's totally out of my hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in the writers who are amazing. Michelle Van Gene, she's
Mm.
just obviously so elevated at her craft. The storylines and the arcs for all the characters. But I mean, I've been really grateful to see what they've done with Derek and the different obstacles that they've put forth in front of him that make it very interesting to to shoot and try to overcome.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of the script, I mean, you could BCC me. I won't tell anyone, but no.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure. Yeah, I'll send them over.
when you got the script that they were breaking up, your character and his girlfriend Ashley, how did you? What was your initial reaction?
I remember when I first read this, like when it was like when they first kind of started dropping the seeds of breakup. when Derek came in and started bringing all his stuff in and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna do this," and I was like, "Boy, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing, man?" But then I was kind of like, there was sadness too because I didn't want them to break up, but then there was also kind of a sense of being invigorated because those are exciting and intense
Mhm.
scenes. Those are interesting. People latch onto those. I latch onto that kind of heartache. That it's something everyone's gone through. Everyone's felt that. Everyone's felt the sense of loss or losing someone and trying to keep it together and just not being able to. So it was also I was very excited. I was like, okay, now we got something to now we got some issues because there's no good story if everything's just
Perfect.
hunky dory, good,
Yeah.
good to go. So I was excited to see what that was going to look like and how it was going to play out with Jen. And I think Jen has done an amazing job. Like, and after we did the scene at Uptown where I proposed and it seemed like maybe she was going to say yes, but it's kind of everyone kind of knew she's not going to say yes. This is hasty. You didn't really think this through. Um, those scenes we both kind of left the set and we both started crying like
Oh,
personally, you know what I
yeah.
mean? It was like I was fighting it so much in the scene because you're public, I'm the man, I don't want to cry in front of you, this I got to keep this, but my heart's breaking. And then we walked out and I was like, it all just came down. It all and then I see her and she's the same way, so it was like that kind of that's what I love about what we do. I
Yeah.
love that, being able to challenge our emotional maturity here, and maybe this is not how I would act, but have I ever acted this way before? Have I ever felt this way before? What would I do in this situation, and how would it feel to go through something like this? I mean, because getting down on your knee and proposing is a massively vulnerable place to be. You know what I mean? And and to do it to someone that you care about so much, and her be so impassioned about, hey, now's not the time. It's hard to wrap your head around that.
Yeah.
Like to make that be okay. To just be like, you know what? It's hard to just be a mature person about it. Be like, you're right. It's not the right time. Let's pause. It's like, no, most people take stuff like that personally. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They take that as a hit, like, well, why not now? Why not me? What is it? Is it someone else? Is it me? Is it really just because I was kind of a slob? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because me personally, I do relate to Derek in that. Like, my wife is amazing. She's she's very together and neat.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I haven't always been. But that was something that she had to adjust, and we had to adjust and kind of met in the middle. You know what I mean? So it's something that I can relate to. But like I said, getting down on your knee and asking someone to marry you, um, in my opinion, you should be sure. You should be sure before you get
Yeah.
down what's going to happen. But Derek really wanted to push the envelope here. He really wanted to say, "Hey, look, let's make this official or not." You know what I mean? And then, soon as it was not, I think he really kind of like relaxed a little bit, being like, "Okay, this is not happening. Um, let's see what else is out there." And Lord knows Shanice was right there to jump on top of it and make sure Derek was taken care of, which I
Yeah.
think people are really enjoying seeing that. So I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. We're loving it. She's
Yeah,
like, here
yeah,
I am.
yeah. That scene when they walked into Uptown and where I'm just there, I'm like, I hadn't gone.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay. So my last question for you, if you can really quickly,
Sure.
for what's upcoming for your characters, 3 words.
Give me a second.
Okay. I always stump people with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love, pain, and triumph.
Oh, in that order.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds so good. So I'm
Yeah.
so excited for that. Thank you again so much for joining us. This has been so
Hey,
much
it's
fun.
absolutely my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we're gonna have you back
Okay.
when he chooses the girl or the girl
Oh,
chooses
I
him.
you'll have a few things. Don't hesitate to hit me up
Yeah,
yeah,
well, thank
for
you
sure.
so much.
Thank you so much. All right, have a good one.
You too.